Hello my beautiful weebs and welcome back to another video. Today Otaku Sensei will be recommending the top 10 anime where the main character is a legend but no one knows. If you're new here and happen to enjoy this sort of content, then please don't forget to subscribe as well as turn on the notification bell. And for the people who are already subbed and like the video before it actually starts, know that we appreciate you. Also, we've been partnered with GamerSupps, so if you guys want to buy waifu cups or energy drink mix, make sure to use code OTAKU or the link in the description. And it would be great if you guys follow Otaku Sensei on Twitter. That being said, let's start the video. We kickstart this list with drifters. At the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, Toyohisa Shimizu is the rear guard for his retreating troops, and is critically wounded when he suddenly finds himself in a modern, gleaming white hallway. Faced with only a stoic man named Murasaki and hundreds of doors on both sides, Toyohisa is pulled into the nearest door and into a world completely unlike his own. The strange land is populated by all manner of fantastical creatures, as well as warriors from different eras of Toyohisa's world who were thought to be dead. Quickly befriending the infamous warlord Nobunaga Oda and the ancient archer Yoichi Takanasu, Toyohisa learns of the political unrest tearing throughout the continent. Furthermore, they have been summoned as drifters to fight against the 𝐴ns, people who are responsible for the creation of the Orte Empire and are trying to annihilate the drifters. As the 𝐴ns grow more powerful, so does the Empire's persecution of elves and other demi-humans. It's up to Toyohisa and his group of unconventional heroes to battle in a brand new world war to help the Empire's subjects, while protecting the land to claim for themselves and challenging the 𝐴ns. In 9th place, we have Strike the Blood. The story starts like this. On Itogami Island, a man-made island south of Japan, which has developed into a monster and demon sanctuary, Kojo Akatsuki is suspected of being the fourth progenitor, a powerful vampire that could potentially disrupt the balance of power among the world's 3 ruling progenitors. Kojo was an ordinary high schooler before becoming a vampire, and is reluctant to use the powers which he barely controls. Yukina Himeragi is a neophyte sword shaman whose first mission is to observe him. Before long, Kojo is the center of attention of many who are concerned about the risks he represents. Kojo and Yukina befriend various students and others, some of whom are attracted to Kojo, and whose situations drive his libido, which provides the source of much of his power. In 8th place, we have the case study of Vanitas, and this is Sama the narrator speaking right now. I love this show. Scorned by others of his kind for being born under a blue moon, the vampire Vanitas grew afraid and desolate. According to legend, he created a cursed grimoire known as the Book of Vanitas, and is said he would one day use it to bring retribution upon all vampires of the Crimson Moon. In 19th century Paris, Noé Archiviste is searching for the fabled Book of Vanitas. Whilst traveling aboard an airship, he is saved from a vampire attack by an eccentric doctor who calls himself Vanitas and carries the very tome he seeks. Ironically, the self-proclaimed vampire specialist is a mere human who inherited both his name and the book from his master, the same Vanitas of legend. As the odd case of the charlatan's parade crops up, the doctor's ability to restore sanity to vampires by recovering their true name will prove most beneficial. In 7th place, we have Scissor 7. To the casual eye, the amnesiac bounty hunter Wu Luiki looks quite intimidating. With his deadly telekinetic scissor techniques and his ability to seamlessly transform into anything, one would not expect his modest demeanor. In fact, Wu is quite terrible at his job. Oftentimes, the freelancer can be found botching an assassination or targeting the wrong person. While his failures could be due to his subpar skills, it usually boils down to him being a normal kid, with a heart unsuited for this line of work. Accompanied by his feathered friend Dai Bo, Wu is on a simple quest to regain his memories. Although his inconspicuous day job as a hairdresser and his after-hours occupation are simply a means for him to repay debt, his various ventures seem to intertwine with his pursuit to recover his lost past. In 6th place, we have Kaze no Stigma. Kazuma Yagami is a user of Fujutsu, the ability to control the wind. He returns to his old home, the noble Kanagi household, after being banished 4 years ago for his inability to control fire and the subsequent defeat in a duel at the hands of his younger cousin, Ayano Kanagi. Returning after such a brutal exile already gives rise to many conflicts, but to make matters worse, several Kanagi family members have been recently murdered with Fujutsu. This leads the Kanagi family, including the hot-headed Ayano, to suspect Kazuma as the culprit. Now Kazuma must not only clear his name, but also aid the family he shares a mutual hatred with, in order to discover the true identity of the killer. In 5th place, we have The Devil is a Part-Timer. The demon lord Satan seeks to conquer the world of 𝐴nTiᴖᴜ by annexing its 4 continents, with the help of his demon generals Alciel, Lucifer, Malikota, and Adremelech. After being confronted by the hero Emilia and her companions after they had killed Malikota and Adremelech, Satan and Alciel escaped the world of 𝐴nTiᴖᴜ through a gate to modern Tokyo, Japan. Of course they did. However, due to the lack of magic in the modern contemporary world, both Satan and Alciel change into forms representing what they would look like if they were human. In order to survive, Satan takes a part-time job in a fast food restaurant named McDonald's, while Alciel serves as his houseman. One day, Satan, who now goes by Sadao Mao, meets a girl who is actually Emilia in the form of Emi-Yusa. The story then unfolds and explores the personalities of each of the characters and their moral values. More characters show up from 𝐴nTiᴖᴜ, and they too face the new world dilemmas, often comically. In 4th place, we have toilet-bound Hanako-kun. Kamome Academy is famous for its rumors regarding its 7 wonders and supernatural occurrences. Nene Yashiro, a first-year high school student who loves the occult and wishes for a boyfriend, summons the 7th and most famous wonder, Hanako-san of the toilet, a girl who allegedly haunts the bathroom and can grant wishes for the right price. Upon summoning her, Yashiro discovers that Hanako-san is nothing like the rumors say. Hanako-san is a boy. With the turn of events, she is spiritually bound to Hanako and becomes his assistant, helping him destroy evil supernaturals and change rumors in order to maintain the balance between the spirit world and the human world. Along the way, Yashiro learns about her connection to the spirit world and the dark secrets regarding Hanako and his past. In 3rd place, we have Plunderer. Set in a post-apocalyptic world dominated by numbers, every human being has their worth measured by a special count imprinted somewhere on their bodies, which defines any number related to an important aspect of their lives. However, if this count decreases to 0, the person will be dragged down into the abyss, and is said to be dead for all eternity. For young Hina, her count corresponds to how many hundreds of kilometers she has walked. Ever since her mother was dragged into the abyss, she has been searching for the legendary ace from her mother's last wish for the last 5 years. Hina's grueling journey takes a sudden turn when she meets a strange masked knight known as Licht Bak, with a negative numbered count. In 2nd place, we have Yushio and Tora. The story centers around the travels and battles of Yushio Aotsuki, who is constantly being stalked and aided by a gigantic supernatural and sometimes invisible tiger-like monster named Tora. Yushio's family maintains a temple in Japan where, 500 years ago, his samurai ancestor battled that same monster to a standstill, and eventually trapped him against a rock using a cursed spear called the Beast Spear, which grants strength, speed, and endurance to its wielder in exchange for his soul. Yushio accidentally opened their basement door Tora was trapped in. Initially, Yushio refuses to remove the spear, pinning Tora down, as Tora made the strategic blunder of mentioning the first thing he would do upon being freed would be to devour Yushio. But Tora's unsealed 500 years of demonic presence attracts various weak monsters to the temple that will soon take from and attack humans. Yushio is forced to free Tora, who would like to eat Yushio, but dares not since Yushio keeps the spear close by. The series focuses on their relationship interspersed with battles against mythological foes and with Tora's attempts to grapple with modern life. During their regular battles, Yushio slowly begins to notice that as much as Tora claims to be irredeemable, the demon takes to fighting evil and defending the innocent with more enthusiasm than he cares to admit. And we have Tower of God at number 1. It's said that if you manage to climb to the top of the Tower of God, any wish will be granted. Rachel can't bear to live in darkness anymore, and so, despite her friend Bam's wishes, she opens the door to the tower to begin her ascent. Bam, in despair, follows her, only to learn that ascending the tower isn't as easy as just walking upstairs. A strange creature named Hadon tells him that he will have to pass tests to prove his worth, the first of which is evading a steel eel and breaking a black orb. Aided by Princess Yuri of Jihad and her companion Evan, Bam gains the magic sword Black March and is able to move on to the 2nd floor. Rachel can't be all that far ahead, but it may cost him to pursue her. This video ends here, and I want to especially say thank you to all those people who support us through Patreon and channel membership. Also, make sure to follow Otaku Sensei on social media for update related things, and remember to use code Otaku at GamerSubs, link in the description. I hope you enjoyed this list as well as got introduced to new shows, and if you did, then leave a like, share with your buddies, and like always, subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, try to keep the comments section wholesome. Peace out.